So last lesson you looked at some of the environmental problems in Rio, and today we're going to look at how they're improving these favelas that they've got in there. So we're going to understand what can be changed to improve people's lives in favelas, and we're going to do that by analysing some text and some graphs. So first of all, what is a favela? You should have done some research on this by now, and we've got a picture of the favela here on the hillside. So we can see from the picture that it's all quite tightly packed together. Everything is quite colourful and nothing quite looks the same. But if you look carefully, you'll see it is all on a hillside and the materials aren't great. So there's some certain conditions of a favela that you need to be aware of. It's made out of material built by locals because they've come from this countryside to find work. They haven't found any, unfortunately, so they've had to find somewhere to live. So they've built their own houses. The land that they built it on is not their own land. So they've just taken any bits of land that they can use, often wasteland or hills, and built their own homes. In the favelas, there's a lack of health care, so there's not many doctors or hospitals or anything like that in there. And linked with that, the waste collection that you mentioned last time has led to a lot of diseases. Also, there's limited fresh water, with only about 10% of homes having access to it. Limited sanitation, so from your toilets, waste being taken away. Only about 50% of households have that, and the rest is just flowing down the streets. There's a lack of electricity, so when you look closely in the other pictures, you'll see that there's a lot of wires being hooked up illegally into people's homes, so people can have some sort of electricity because the government won't do it. There's high unemployment because these people tend to have less education coming from the countryside, and they can't find the work that they need, so they often have to sell things or fix things, and we call that informal employment. There's a lot of gangs as well. As people are so vulnerable, people have to make money some way, so often gangs recruit people. But there is a very good sense of community. People here look after each other. So what I'd like you to do, have a look at the next video and write a description of what a favela is like.